Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. It's Wednesday, Hump Day, and we're ready to bring you all the action. This is Kevin Harlan. I'll be joined by Greg Anthony, Tim Legler, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForce, in the sidelines as well. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You look at the Spurs. They're off to a great start this season, currently in second. And, of course, the Warriors. Kind of the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And right now for San Antonio, they've been taking no prisoners here in the early part of the season. It's been a very fast start and a lot of focus for this group.
Yeah, coming into the year, they were certainly one of the favorites, if not the favorite, and they have not disappointed.
Now Golden State's starting five. Backcourt pair will be Curry and Podziemski. Kuminga steps in at the 4 with Green sliding up to center. And it's Butler in at the 3 spot. And for the Spurs, Fox and Castle are their guards. Vassell pairs with Barnes to make up the forward pair. And it's Wembanyama in at the center, filling out the middle. Tim, some forget, prior to the success of Stephen Curry, the Warriors were not considered a top-tier franchise.
Well, before he arrived in 2009, this was one of the lowest all-time winning percentages, but they have built a dynasty, and they are now considered one of the most valuable franchises in all of sports.
Wembanyama, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And thus far in his career, GA, Victor Wembanyama is averaging well over 3 blocks per game.
Matter of fact, if he can maintain this rate, he's on pace to average the most blocks of any player in NBA history, surpassing the towering Mark Eaton.
He misses the free throw. Greg, how about this matchup we have here tonight? Two teams that really like to shoot the three.
It's going to be a shootout, Kevin. Something we see more and more of in today's NBA. I think whichever team makes more threes wins this one.
He hits the second from the line. And Greg, with Stephon Castle winning the 2025 Rookie of the Year award, the Spurs went back-to-back in that category.
Yeah, of course, Victor Wembanyama winning that same award in 24. Just more confirmation that these Spurs are building something special.
Now, here's Butler. Wembanyama with the rebound. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Mitch Johnson. I asked him about keys to the game, and he said all roads lead to Steph Curry, in particular, his movement off ball. Coach said even when you try to switch, he finds little pockets of space, then he uses that quick trigger to beat closeouts. It's never an easy matchup. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Allie. So it's the Spurs now, following the score by Golden State. Back to Fox. It's stolen by Kuminga. Over Fox. Kuminga with a terrific move in the bucket. Kuminga's got his second basket.
And that is the kind of tough bucket they love seeing from Kuminga, just using that athleticism.
To the paint. It's stolen by Curry. And here we go. It's Butler. Here's Green. Wembanyama with the rebound.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
And sometimes that's all you need to do to force that miss.
Here's Castle. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Here's Podziemski. Castle covering. Green kicks to Butler. Outside for Curry. 6 to shoot. Here's Podziemski. And off there. He misses his first shot of the night. Inside. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
A 6'6" Castle is a strong finisher inside.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. And some changes here for the Warriors. Here's Horford. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Richard, he's guarded by Johnson. Outside, Horford. Shot clock at 6. Golden State moving the ball around. Healed from outside. It's hauled in by Cornette.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Here's Sohan. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
Great job on the closeout and taking away space against a good shooter.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Hield finds Jackson Davis. Hield outside. And again, no good by Golden State. Here's Sohan. And no good on the last second attempt this time. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Warriors lead by 3. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And a breakdown here, guys, the hustle stats for the Warriors.
And just a great job so far applying pressure defensively. The opposition is on their heels with the ball in their hand. Nightmares clamps thus far.
And then there's the points off turnovers. They've really made the other team pay when they've lacked ball security.
So with Curry sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Here's Jackson Davis out there with Moody. Then there's Horford. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Hield in at the 1. So it's the Warriors now, following the three-pointer by San Antonio. Offensive rebound. Horford the pass to Butler. Here's the screen. He lobs it up. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Johnson, wide open. He fired. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
And they're finally starting to shake off the horrible shooting slump they suffered there through the first quarter.
Here's Butler, and they double up Butler. Butler with the bucket down low.
Strong move by Butler, making sure that was a quality possession.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. Stephen Curry comes in for Moses Moody. So, Tim, here's a word you often hear teams talk about. Nets culture. How does an organization create the right culture?
Well, I think, Kevin, you establish core values and then you make those non-negotiable. When everybody connects with that and connects to those values, you really have something special.
Holding on to the rope and pulling in the same direction.
That's what it's all about.
Fox against Hield. Pass to Horford. Now here's Green. Hield outside. Green with a screen for Hield. It's tipped. Fox with it. Out guarded by Hield. And Fox gets it to go. Fox has got the lead up to 3 now for the Spurs.
And he gives up pounds to a lot of guys defending him, but that has never kept Fox from being in attack mode.
And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. And the speed of the Aaron Fox. Wow. He gets up the court in a hurry.
And you combine his water bucket quickness with the towering size of Wembanyama. It's a 1-2 punch that promises to confound opponents for years to come.
2 shots.
First one falls for him. You know, Tim, they say you can't measure heart, but Jimmy Butler, he plays with a lot of heart. He is non-stop.
Well, you could talk about his skill level and IQ, but Kevin, what you love about Butler is his competitive will, and he saves his best for the postseason.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Barnes, he's checked in for Jeremy Sohan. And it's Vassell in for Johnson. Now, here's Fox. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. To the inside, here's Wembanyama. Good work there as it goes.
Oh, great decision there. Get it to Wembanyama and let Victor finish as the roller.
Here's Butler. And there's a minute 45 left in the first half. Hard earned by Butler.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
There's 1:26 left here in the second. Pass to Castle. Vassell kicks to Barnes. Misses the three. The Warriors have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Here's Butler. Pajemski on the wing. Castle covering. Lock at 6. Curry against Fox. Curry shot is off.
He got the space he wanted for his mid-range. He just wasn't able to convert.
Back to Wembanyama. Shoots over Curry. That's good from Wembanyama on the assist by Fox. Fox has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Pass to Pajemski. That's a 2 from Butler. And the shot falls short this time.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Outside Fox. With 4 seconds on the clock, he can't get that one to fall. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Spurs out in front. They're up by 3. And we'll be back with you right after this.
Halftime is here, and with the San Antonio Spurs in a neck-and-neck game, lots to talk about.
The energy in their hometown is electric, man. You can tell these players are loving the positive attitudes and feeding off them. I expect them to sustain this enthusiasm.
Yeah, I mean, these fans just love this team. And now, and I know it's still early in the season, but let's take a moment to talk about the conference standings in the West.
Looking at San Antonio, it's still early, and we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but right now, they are easily the best team in the league.
Well, we knew they'd be good, but we didn't know they'd be this good. That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game, Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Jimmy Butler. He's really been playing well.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
I wouldn't want to have to be out there trying to keep up with them. It's really difficult when he shows you this kind of energy offensively.
Warriors trail by 3. Vassell pairs with Barnes to make up the forward pair. Fox and Castle are their guards. And it's Wembanyama in at the center position. And that's the 5 to begin the second half for Mitch Johnson. 4 on the shot clock. And it's Butler missing.
Well, the defense did just enough to force that miss because he is a good finisher.
And it's Barnes slamming it down.
And since he entered the league, Vassell's playmaking has really come a long way. He is a solid creator.
Fox against Curry. Pass to Podziemski. And Stephon Castle is going to pick up the foul.
Castle.
That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
And here are the Warriors now, trailing by 5. Pass to Curry, down to 5 on the shot clock. Drops in the tray. Curry's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. So, GA, when you think about Steph Curry's legacy, he changed the way the NBA game is played.
Man, it is hard to find a player who's had the impact of a Steph Curry, making us rethink what is possible. Curry's endless range has really inspired a generation.
Barnes can't get it to go. And here's Curry, who brings it up for the Warriors. Pass to Podziemski. Some nice passing by Golden State. Butler hammering it home.
And there's Jimmy Butler later on in his career, but still showing you the athleticism.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Now, here's Fox. Checking some stats on him right now. He's averaging just around 22.5 points a game. A 3 from Wembanyama. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got 5 assists tonight. Pass to Podziemski. Outside, Kuminga. Now Podziemski. Still without a basket. 4 on the clock. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Spurs leading by 3. Fox passes to Vassell. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
And there is no hesitation on Vassell's catch-and-shoot jumpers. Any sort of room, and he's letting it fly.
Kuminga, screen on Fox. Curry passes to Green. And it's Green with the jam.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Well, defensively, you can't allow that in a game this close.
Here's Castle. The Warriors making the shot. The kick out to Barnes. From outside, off the mark.
Well, the defense should consider themselves lucky there because he's not usually one to miss those kinds of looks.
Curry, a screen on Vassell. And it's Butler missing. San Antonio's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Fox passes to Wembanyama. Fades and shoots. And it's in there. Wembanyama has got the lead up to 6 now for San Antonio.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
Green with a screen for Curry. Curry! What else is new?
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Spurs lead by 3. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Now it's an end to head coach Steve Kerr.
We got to get the first domino to fall, and then it's boom, boom, boom. The extra pass. We're not running plays to get a shot. We're running plays to get the domino to fall. So move the ball, drive and kick. We'll get great shots, all right?
Well, he's preaching team chemistry right now, Greg.
And he wants more ball movement because that makes everything simple.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the court for Golden State here in the fourth. Payton is out there with Trace Jackson-Davis. Then there's Buddy Hield. Then there's Horford. And it's Butler in at the 2. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Spurs.
They've been running away from the defense all game. I mean, loads of points here off the fast break, and the opposition just hasn't been able to adjust to that aggressive play style.
And they also deserve a lot of credit for getting points off turnovers. Their hustle has allowed them to take advantage of those opportunities.
Jeremy Sohan, he's a unique player. About 6'8" and 230. He doesn't take a bunch of threes. Good passer. And at times, I think he can be used as a point forward. Vital basket there. This is just the time, and really just the situation, when he looks to take over.
Spurs leading by 4. Outside, Fox. A 3-ball. Al Horford with the rebound.
It's been a quiet game for him to this point on the offensive end, but the team has still played well enough to hold the lead.
A pass to Fox. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. So both teams making some changes here.
Substitution on the court.
Warriors trail by 4. And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. He knows every possession is critical now.
Spurs fans, no reason to gripe when we got the Spurs right squad.
Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
During that break, Coach Steve Kerr had some advice for the team. He seems pretty disappointed with the three-point shooting, telling his crew, we have to start making more outside shots. I want to see more threes out there. Let's get aggressive. Coach is hoping some big production can make a splash for them.
Allie, thank you so much. Wembanyama reels it in. Spurs leading by 4. Outside, Vassell. Fox deciding where to go with it. Wembanyama going to town inside.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Warriors. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Now Green, and the rejection by Wembanyama.
Warriors ball.
Six on the shot clock. Now Curry.
2 minutes.
There's the shot.
And the fast hands from Fox on defense. He never lets up on the pressure. Really makes you work for the shot.
Castle is screen on Green. Now Fox. Now Castle. Plays it in off the window.
This is why they will go to him often. He's going to take and make shots.
Curry against Fox. There's 1:26 left in the fourth. Green with a screen on Castle. Green outside for 3. Wembanyama rips down the rebound. Spurs leading by 8. And there's a foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Kuminga against Barnes. Outside, Fox. 6 to shoot. And there's the drive. That does not go. Outside, Kuminga. Fox with the rebound. Here's San Antonio now. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Now, Castle. Wembanyama sets a screen for Castle. The 3 doesn't go. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Kuminga from deep. Does not go. Vassell against Green. And so it's the Spurs with the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Victor Wembanyama.